Time now for Better Money Boston, here with David Shapiro, financial advisor with Johnson Brunetti. We do hear a lot about long-term care, mostly the price tag around that. David, I want to ask you, who should be considering a plan for long-term care?
Megan, in a word, everyone. It's a pretty amazing stat that over 70% of everyone in the United States over age 65 is going to need some sort of long-term care in their lifetime. And on top of that, 15% of people over age 65 might spend as much as 2 years in a nursing home. And if you're familiar with prices, especially in the Boston area, that can be a huge number.
Absolutely. So it sounds like it could be a good idea for most of us to have a plan around this. The good news is we have some options. Walk us through those.
There are. Most importantly, it's, as always, to have a plan. The first is a traditional long-term care policy. That's a use it or lose it. If you end up in a nursing home, it's going to pay. If you pass away or don't use it, the insurance company ultimately will keep that money.
Okay. What about riders?
So there's different types of insurance, including you can get life insurance with a long-term care rider. So if you pass away, there's going to be a death benefit for your family, for your heirs, wherever that money's going. But if you end up in a nursing home, you can access some of that money while you're alive to take care of some of that care.
Okay, I've heard that there are some options with annuity products for long-term care. Is that true?
Yeah, these are a little bit newer. They're called hybrid annuities. So essentially you have a traditional annuity, many different types, but if you end up in a nursing home, there's going to be some benefits that are paid out to cover some of the costs. Maybe not as comprehensive as some of the other options, but it is there.
Okay, is it ever a good idea to dip into our personal savings to cover this?
Maybe. For a lot of our clients, we find that they might just self-insure. When the time comes, they'll either use their savings or the investments. If you're going down that path, there's just some advantages to use some structures versus others. But ultimately, the most important when trying to figure out these big, high costs, making sure that you have a plan.
Yeah, the plan is key. And you've brought a free book on this topic. Tell us about it.
It's called But What If You Need Long-Term Care? This will just share some different options and go into many of the ones we discussed today to make sure you at least have a plan, what's going to be best for you and your family.
You said that 70% of people turning 65 will need some form of long-term care, so we want you to get this book today. It is free. Simply go to bettermoneyboston.com. Again, that's bettermoneyboston.com. We thank David for his time today. We'll see you next week.